Hey everybody, Tom Sparks with Sparks Media Group. We are here at a soon-to-be UPS location, and we're getting ready to do, an iGUIDE site survey. And I have this handy Capture 101 that was sent to me by iGUIDE, and it talks about how to do this. And I'll put the information on the screen so you'll see it. And then we have a survey completion form. We have our iGUIDE Planix Pro. We have our light stand that goes up really tall. I've already went through and popped ceiling tiles. Let's see, there, pretty much in each room down this whole stretch. We'll get some above tile scans. There's not sides there's not sides to this building because there's tenants on either side. There is a back to the building, but it's not really accessible, so I don't think we'll be capturing that. First step we're gonna do is put the Planix Pro on the light stand. And we're gonna turn it on. I'm going to use my iPhone today instead of the iPad, just to give you guys a different view. And I don't know if this was the Planix. I guess we can test it out by looking at the settings and seeing what the SSID is. 176F43. 176F43. So I've already connected to this one. We're going to call this UPS store Sonora CA. I'm going to do a 6-inch wall thickness. We're going to call this main floor horizontal. And I'll explain why in a little bit. The first step is to just scan like we normally would. So I'm going to hide out of the way. I like looking at the LiDAR data as opposed to the views, the imagery. So I'll do a couple scans here. I was hired to do this scan by a client. I'm actually a sub on this job. The UPS, this location, they're moving from one suite to another, and so they're going to remodel this and turn it into a UPS store. It looks like it might have been a dentist office at one point. And so we're going to come in and scan it and provide them with the data that they need in order to plan the remodel. So when I'm scanning, I do line of sight and intersection points. And just keeping in line with what I typically would do, I scan on either side of the doorway. So I'll scan there, and then I'll scan here. There and there. So far, so good. I will put a link to this light stand, in the description of the video. Doesn't look like there's roof access either, which is unfortunate because I wanted to do a complete scan and actually scan the rooftop units, but I don't think I'll be able to get up there today. One of the reasons I use an iPad is because the screen's bigger, but I also don't have it connected to anything. Meaning I have my cell phone I'm using, which is fine because it's convenient. I have it with me, but anytime I get an alert, kind of just distracts me from doing what I need to do. If you have a Planix Pro, make sure you're updating your firmware on the camera as well as the Planix Pro firmware. That was almost a tongue twister there. Somebody commented recently that I breathe hard, and I'll explain why. First of all, I got short legs, 5'9", so I'm taking a lot of steps quickly. The main reason though is that I think about a year and a half ago, my toddler threw his head back and hit me smack on the center of the nose and broke my nose. And ever since then, feels like I'm always a little congested, breathe a little bit hard. Another reason could be is, slightly out of shape. But also allergies. It's allergy season right now, and the allergies have been kicking my butt. So, for those that were asking why I'm breathing so hard, there is your answers. Mute the video if you don't like it. Now, I'm going to go into this next on the next set of steps we're going to do after we do this main scan, but I'm purposely scanning right under these open ceiling tiles right there, and I'll show you why. I bought this little giant ladder for a job, and it's amazing. Love it. So we pretty much have the entire space scanned. I'm gonna go back and grab a couple more right under the pop ceiling tiles that I didn't get before. Got one, two, do this one. So let's see what our checklist says. We've done, there's no exterior. I'm sorry, there's no staircase. We've done all building levels. We're gonna do the exterior next. We're gonna do a couple of distances away. We're gonna do the 1-2 method on this. On this side. Ignore. Did it capture it? Yeah, it captured it. Okay. And hit this side a little bit. And 2 method. And we'll go to this side. About here. It's kind of a weird space because all the angles. So we've horizontally captured the exterior. All right. We're gonna check this off. No roof, and we're gonna get above all drop ceilings. So this is why I bought this light stand, because it telescopes pretty high, and I typically don't do this first one when I'm raising it up unless I need it, but I'll start here, and all we want to do, I'll show you when I get it up here. We're gonna put it up there, and this is not the sturdiest. As you can see, it kind of wobbles a little bit. So I'm gonna turn off HDR. And somebody else had commented and asked how I avoid being in the scans this high up. I usually just stand right by the tripod, and it's tall enough not to catch me. Light stand, I should say. Oh, I kept the 2-shot method on here. We'll adjust. So as you can see, it captured all that data. Turn that off, and that's actually in the right spot. So now we're gonna lower it and go to the next one. And the reason I have a few is because it seems like this roof is kind of oddly shaped. So we're gonna come over here. Be careful not to bump our Planix on anything. We got some cobwebs up here. It's lovely. All right, get off of there. We'll raise it up. And I'm gonna steady it as much as possible. And you can see we're right up there. I'm gonna get out of the way so I'm not in the view. Hit our button. And again, you can see we have more data. Nice, and it's in the right spot. Just working like a champ. I should have referenced my Advanced Scanning Guide 101, and I will in a second once I'm done with these couple scans. Just want to make sure we're doing everything according to how iGUIDE would like it, so that it's easy enough to process. All right, get that one up there. Steady it a little bit. All right. I guess if I left it long enough. Let's try to do an HDR on this one. See what it does. We're gonna go settings, and I'm gonna do, let's go for it and do a 5 EV to 2 EV. That's really dark. Let's do a -3 to 3. And it's still kind of wobbly. It's like waiting for a ceiling fan to stop in a house. It just won't stop. All right, it's still moving. It can't be the wind. All right, let's try that and see. I did HDR on another scan when I was high up, and it was a little bit blurry. So let's see what happens. That's how it looks without HDR. Literally night and day. Look at that. So let's try to keep HDR on. It takes a little longer because I have to wait for it to stop wobbling, but actually came out a lot brighter, which I'm happy about. I guess in order to make a really sturdy, non-wobbly light stand, it would have to be pretty heavy, very well weighted. So we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna raise it up. And of course I didn't go tall enough on the first one. So bring this back down. And we'll go there. We'll go there. Sure, that'll work. And we're gonna stop it from wobbling as much as we can. All right, I think I got it. Come around the corner here. So for these above ceiling tile scans, what's ideal to do is scan low and then scan high, scan low and scan high. And on the first pass at our regular height, I did do the low scans right below where the tiles are popped, so that when I came back and did it, it knows how to align these above ceiling tile scans. Let's see what this one says. Nice clean data. And this one definitely was a little out of alignment, so we're gonna align this, and we will just put it, it's gonna go right here. Hit save. And then that one was about right. Okay. So we have our above ceiling tile scans horizontally. Let's bring this back down and go check our guide and checklist. So far on this, we are at 21 minutes. Not bad. Oh, one thing I'm going to do, we have an electrical panel. And so I'm going to do a tag. And I'll show that process. We're going to open the panel up. We're going to hit tag. I'm going to call this electrical sub panel. I'm going to take a photo. Allow it access to the camera. We're going to tag that one. And then we're going to try another one of here. We've got 2 photos. We'll take another one there. We have 3 photos that we took of this sub panel. We're gonna hit next. And select scan. So we're gonna go back here. Where was it at? It's right. Getting there. Right there. We'll hit next. And we'll hit save. Drag tag along line, tag along red line and laser to scan. Does it offset? Yeah, that looks fine. Hit save, creating tag. So that's how you take a photo of an asset and tag it on the tour. And you can see it shows up right here with all the pictures, which is great. Okay, so we have that done. Kind of jumping around a little bit here. So we have above drop ceilings horizontally. We have the interior assets tagged. There's no main circuit breaker, no HVAC. Actually, I should put it here. NA. There is a hot water heater. NA, incoming water line. No gas. And all right, we're gonna go grab this small water heater on the sink. So I'm actually gonna take it off the light stand. And right there we have our little water heater. So I'm gonna put it right there. Come around the corner. Capture a scan. Oh, I walked in the way. Forgot the HDR. It's okay. Let's take take a look at it, see what happens. Did it catch me? We see the water heater, that's good. And it did catch me. So if you need to delete a scan, we're gonna go to scan here, go all the way down, and we're gonna delete the last scan. Now, why do I have these markings? Possible scan alignment issue. Delete it. Try to maintain clear line of sight. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna go back to survey settings. We're gonna turn this on. External Rico. Hit save. Survey. Take the picture. It should show up in the bathroom, which we did. Now we're going to do a tag. We're going to call this water heater. And we're going to take a photo. And we're going to hit next. And we're going to tag it. There you go. Now we can go check that off and put this back on the light stand. So it says suggested site survey capture equipment. I'm going to read this while I'm putting this on. The Planix camera system, smart device with the Planix app, ball head camera mount to turn it parallel to the ground for vertical scans, external light source, door stops, light stand, or tripod, or light stand tripod. Horizontal scans, each building, including the roof, will be on a separate floor in survey. Exterior scans are included on the main floor, along with the captured interior scans. This automatically provides the actual wall thickness. The above drop ceiling scan should be captured at the same time as the other horizontal scans on the same floor and relabeled for easy identification later. So I will relabel that. Any offsite or disconnected spaces should have its own floor. For vertical, each slice of the building or individual rooms where vertical scans captured should have its own floor. Each slice of the building. Okay. Exterior vertical scan location. In addition, the captured slice of the building should have its own survey floor, front elevation, side overhang. Okay. So I'll make its own floor for that. Each exterior scan location, in addition to the captured slice of the building, should have its own survey. Each vertical. Okay. So if we had side profiles, those would be separate floors. We don't. So we're just going to have one. Each staircase should have its own floor. All right. Start the walkthrough. Identify all areas. Do your first scan. All right. Do the pattern. Horizontal. Capture tags. Vertical scanning. So now we're going to adjust this. So we're going to take this off. And we're going to turn it 90 degrees. And when we lock this in, we want our USB facing the ceiling. So the USB is right here facing up. And then we want the orientation of the camera to generally be in the same position. Meaning we don't want to scan one like this and then scan one like that and one like that. We want it all kind of facing the same location. Start outside at the front of the building, at least 20 feet away, and scan every 5 to 10 feet in a straight line through the building to the rear, creating a slice. Align your first scan so the floor ground is at the bottom of the survey. While scanning, use a floor or ceiling reference to help keep you aligned. If you encounter a drop ceiling while creating the vertical slice, remove tiles to capture the full height. Reference survey. Okay, so we're not doing staircase. Conduct exterior 5 to 10 feet from the building along the same plane. So that's interesting. It does have us. All right, so we're gonna do a new floor, and we're gonna call this exterior vertical. I'll do 6-inch wall thickness. And let's try this out. Now on this picture here, they have us scanning kind of like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, which is 5 and 10 feet. So we're gonna try that. And we'll start here. This is roughly about 5 feet. And I'm just gonna go along this pathway. And we can turn, we'll leave it on. So we're just gonna keep in a straight line. And we're gonna do 10 feet, which I'm gonna estimate is right about here. With this nice tree. And try over here. This is where a ball head tripod would come in really handy. Just for giggles, I'm gonna do one a little further out. Make sure we're getting the entire top of the building. Okay, hope I did that right. That's the exterior. Now we're gonna do, we're gonna do one under the overhang. Oh, wasn't the ladder on that one. I'm gonna go scan, delete that last one.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Are you taking pictures of the bank?
No.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because for security we don't let people really do that.
Yeah, well, it's public, so I can, but I'm not. I'm doing a scan of this because they're gonna turn it into a UPS store.
I'm sorry, what?
This is gonna be a UPS store,
Oh, okay.
so I'm doing a scan to get the data,
Okay.
but that's public, so
Yeah.
yeah. I wasn't trying to get into that with her, but if you've ever watched First Amendment audit videos like I have, I mean, I guess this is technically considered private property, but we're in public. There's an expectation that we're in public, and in public, there's no expectation of privacy. So now we're gonna do floor. We're gonna call it main floor interior. We're gonna call it vertical. 6-inch wall thickness. So exterior assets, front to back, side to side, and the exterior. Conduct on as each 2 scan series on its own floor. Oh, so I should have did each 2 scan on its own floor. I'll correct that later on in Stitch. All right, now we're gonna scan in a straight line all the way back. security purposes. It always baffles me, because if I wanted to rob a bank, I would not be out in public with a GoPro on my chest, a cell phone, and a 3D virtual tour camera casing the joint. It's just what I wouldn't do. Okay, so I think we got above ceiling data there. I think. I'm gonna come back here. And above ceiling tile there. Now I just want to reference something real quick, because one thing I didn't understand on this was, should I scan vertically above the ceiling tiles? It doesn't say you have to elevate it for the vertical. So iGUIDE, if you're watching and you have to elevate it for these verticals, please put that in some updated documentation. Now let's try to get a doorway. Let's see if we can here. It's kind of tight. I think we got it. Yeah. Live preview of what the camera sees. Feature request. Just want to make sure I'm right under that ceiling tile. Which I hope I am. Well, it looks like I am. So it's hard to tell on this view, and I'll show you later on Stitch, but if you're looking at it that way, it kind of has to be rotated. And then there's above the ceiling tiles, and here's the front of the store, here's the back of the store. So that's how we do that. Oh, she's freaking out about this. Wait till the drone comes out. Okay, so we have vertical capture scans, horizontal and vertical, front to back, side to side. I didn't do all levels. I mean, there's only one level, but I didn't do all sides because we have tenants on either side. Each exterior vertical location should have its own floor. Side overhang. Okay. Each staircase should have its own. So I think we're good actually with this. I am going to take a picture. I'm going to tag it. So we're going to go back to floor. We're going to do main floor. We'll go all the way up to here. I think that was. Let's go scan. Scan 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do a tag. We're going to call this iGUIDE Site Survey Standard. No, iGUIDE Survey Completion Form. We're going to take a photo. And we're going to hit next, and then I'm just going to tag it right there. Sure, hit save, creating tag. All right, so I think that's all we're going to do with the video for right now. I'm going to get my drone out and do a couple aerial 360s so I can include them. And then later on we'll get into Stitch and I'll show you how to process this. And then I'll show you how we upload it. If you have any questions as of now, comment them below. Like the video if you like it. Share it if you feel compelled to. Subscribe if you're not, because it would help me out. I'd greatly appreciate it. And thanks for watching. Sorry, got a little spicy there with the bank teller lady. But yeah, that's it for now. All right, so we just did a scan inside this office suite that's going to become a UPS store. And now we're going to do some aerial 360s. Really hoping that Karen in there doesn't come out and have a heart attack. Close that. And we're gonna record format the memory card here. Format before every flight.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
And we're gonna do Pano. Wait for come inside to get out of the way. Now I'm taking pictures. I'm trying to stay still. It's windy. pretty uneventful so far. How do people get up here? All right. So I'm just trying to do a pretty much a straight path. There's some power lines, I think, somewhere near here. I'm gonna go above this tree. Now we're going to switch to doing an HDR. Auto exposure 5 brackets. And sure, we'll come over here a little bit. Really just need a top down, but I want to get a couple back shots. Alright, back shot. Top down. Maybe a little closer one. I think there's just one RTU for this building, or for this suite. starting to rain. Perfect timing. So let's turn this off. Put this away. So the client did not hire me to do aerials. I just kind of do that as added assets for the deliverables. Hopefully they help. I will attach the 360s. I'll upload the 360s with the iGUIDE. And we are done. Go in and shut off all the lights and lock it up and take the key back to the owner. Alright, we are all good, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure I grabbed everything I did, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Alright, everybody, here we are in Stitch, and we're going to open up the scan we did today. And then we're going to do some hiding, some adjustments, some renaming, kind of just go through the process. So first step we're going to do is set the initial panel. And then I'm going to label some of these. Call this okay. Why did it move that? Let's see here. 21. Now here's something I'm coming across. When I go to type in, it doesn't take it. See? It's weird. I think the mouse, when it moves off of it, let's try it. Yeah, it was almost like when the mouse moved off of it, it tried to save the name. Now, it's going to say that these above ceiling tiles are too close. And so it's going to be interesting. I guess we can hide them. Okay. Now the verticals I did wrong. And I'll tell you, this was the interior vertical, which is right. The exterior was wrong. So this is always going to be upside down. So we're just going to flip it. Like so. And the front of the store was actually here. Kind of like that. And the second one was here. Kind of like that. The third one was there. And the fourth one. Fifth, sixth, and seventh. So I want to know why this line was here. And those lines. But this is above the ceiling tile area. And this is the outside of the front of the store. Here's the front door. Here's the back of the space. So these are okay. It doesn't say in my guide to hide these. On the exterior, it says each exterior vertical scan location should have its own floor. Now what I'm going to take that to mean is we did 1, 2, 3 in a line. So that's going to be, we'll call this exterior vertical. Here it goes again. I think that's a bug maybe. Exterior vertical 5 foot. And then we're going to make a new floor called exterior vertical 10 foot. So 1, 2, 3 is in a line, and then 4, 5, 6 was further off. Those are the 10 foot, and then this was under the overhang. So we're going to call this exterior vertical overhang. We'll do 9 and 10. So 5 foot, 10 foot, we'll put the overhang above, and then we'll rotate this. So this is the overhang. Oh, I see what they want. That's going to get interesting. So they want, let's see here. Each vertical scan location should have its own floor. Each scan location. Okay, so okay, let's try this. It's going to be a lot of floors. So this is not really 5 foot. This is more like center. So if we do, let's do in the floor. Just want to check something real quick here. So if that's the center, and that's the center, and we take these and we highlight these. Why is it not rotating it? Alright, well, we're going to upload this as is. I don't want to change this too much. Call it stereo vertical overhang. And we're going to get some feedback from iGUIDE to see what the right way to do it is. So this is the third, really the second time I'm doing this. So maybe third time's a charm. Delete that one. Now, panos should be on the main floor. So we're going to add user pano. And we're going to do that with all of them. Now we're going to call this, now we can orientate this. So this is the front of the store. And I'm going to move this. Nope, don't want to do that. I want to take that. And it's not really letting me move it. Now I can move it. Okay. So I'm going to come out here and move it there. All right, and then 2 is going to be a little bit closer. So we'll go there. And then 3 is above. So we're going to go right about here. And then 4 is behind it. So we're going to put it back here. So for some reason it wasn't allowing me to move them. But I think that's how we're going to upload this. And again, I'll get some feedback from iGUIDE on what the right way to do this is, and I will leave it in the description of this video, or maybe as a pinned comment. But for now, we're going to export it. Grade level's not set. Okay, highlighted scans are closer, so above grade. I don't think we set it on these ones. Above grade 6. Above grade, we'll just make it 6. Above grade 6. Above grade 6. Alright, there's a couple scans that are a little too close. Let's move it a little bit and save it. See what happens. Alright, these are still too close. There you go. Alright, that's Stitch.